The Department of Energy predicts a 70% higher risk of extended blackouts in 2025. But here's the thing. Most people aren't ready. Not even close.
There's a difference between eggs and eggs. We are a premium egg. Pete and Jerry's and Nellie's are premium eggs. Our price actually to the retailer hasn't changed since.
So this is the part that is odd to me, that there's eggs and eggs. Well, as you guys can see as I'm filming this, we still got a few inches of snow on the ground. But the time you see this, this may all be melted, or we may have more snow. I don't know yet. But today's going to be a little bit of a different video for you all. Kind of mix things up. It's going to be more of an awareness video of what's going on in the world and how we can be more prepared as a community, as like-minded people. So if you guys watch us, you know we do a lot of different things, and one of them is being prepared for different scenarios. If you guys don't know by now, I don't know where you've been, but the egg prices here in America have went sky high. So in today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about that. As I'm walking out to check the eggs before they freeze, they may be frozen already because it's like 10 degrees out here right now. We'll talk a little bit about that. And also blackouts. I've been keeping up with certain news outlets and other people, other YouTubers and people on Instagram. And a lot of them are talking about blackout, the great blackout of 2025. I hope and pray that does never happen. But one thing we can do is prepare. And today's video is actually sponsored by Anker. So today I'm going to be showing you guys the Anker Solex F3800 Plus. We'll be going over details on that and talk about, and I'll try to show you guys some articles I've been reading and watching about the blackout that everyone's saying is coming. Like I said, I hope it doesn't happen, but if it does, maybe we all be prepared a little bit with an Anker or something of that means. But hey, right now, as you guys watch this, Anker is putting on a fantastic deal for the spring, and I will put links down in the description box. You guys can go check those links out, get in on the awesome savings because they will not last forever. So get in on them now. If this is something you guys are going to be looking into is backup power, click the links, at least check it out and see if it's for you. But right now, let's check the eggs and get into that, and then we'll go in the house and get into that. Hey, Gabby. Gracie, that's Gracie. Why aren't you, see, this one I think's been hanging outside. You better go in there. I think he's going, yep, it's been hanging out underneath there. We got any eggs? Oh, these are high dollar. Hope this one didn't bust yet. Didn't bust yet. Put it in my pocket here. We got two. And actually, that's all we got right here. Let's go inside here. So I'm telling you, some of the stuff I've been watching about the egg prices and all this, there's a lot of things that are going on out there. And I wouldn't say I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I don't ignore things either. Hello. You ladies are more valuable than you know. Got water, but it's dirty because of ducks. How many eggs we got over here? Oh, we got one egg. I'm gonna grab it. Stop trying to crush these other ones. They've been laying right here too. So we got 3 so far today. Put that back down. Leave that up. I don't see any more. These ladies have not been out of the coop in 3 days. How much feed y'all got? Still got feed. So I've been coming out here twice a day, busting water, adding water. Just trying to keep them satisfied until they'll come out and roam around again. It's probably going to be another few days, girls and ladies and gentlemen. Probably a few more days. So one thing that I've seen, that we've all seen, is it talks about the bird flu, and I'm going to show you guys some videos of other people talking about it. But one thing that stuck out to me that someone said, isn't it weird how the bird flu has got chickens, but you don't see any other birds just dropping over? And I start thinking to myself, you know, I think that's right. I've never just noticed a flock of birds fall out of the sky or anything else like that. So it makes you start thinking, like, what is going on? And then I seen some reports that drones were actually spotted in areas of these outbreaks, of these bird flu outbreaks. It just makes you think and wonder, what is really going on? What's the real reason behind this pandemic when it comes to eggs and egg prices? It's wild when you start thinking about it. So I don't know. Let's go in the house. Let's do a little bit more talking. I'm gonna sit down and get warmed up, and we'll go over a few things. So I'm back in the house, and you guys can see I got eggs in a glass jar, glass pickle jar, with some water and white stuff. What is that? And then I got some eggs over here. These are from the chickens over the last several days. I've actually been hoarding some back to put an incubator. I gave my brother about 30 of them already. He's gonna hatch them out, and I do have a little incubator. I'm gonna be trying to hatch some out, but these are the ones that I've been using and putting these ones to the side because these ones we've had stored since last year. Okay, so we'll be discussing the whole egg situation and what I think is really going on, and the blackout was supposed to be coming in 2025. But first, let's go in there and let me show you a way that you can prevent losing power long term. Let's go ahead and check it out. All right, so we're here in the laundry room where I got the Anker Solex F3800 and the extra battery pack on top set up. So we're charged at 100% in here, and I got another one that I'm going to be showing you guys hooking up to a gas generator in just a minute that I need to charge up also. So we got like I said, I got the Anker Solex F3800 plus the Anker Solex Smart Transfer Switch with breaker box. Okay, so you can see the setup I got back behind me. We've had this set up for probably over a year now and been using it, and it's come in handy in several situations. Right now, all I have hooked up to it is the lights and the microwave and refrigerator in the kitchen area. That way, if the power ever does just go out, especially when we're not home, that's what I really like about it, is if you're not home and you have the things set up that you want to set up, it will automatically transfer over in less than 20 milliseconds. You won't even know the power went out if you're here. But the cool thing about it is you have this sense of security if you are on vacation, if you are out of town, that your deep freezer, your refrigerator is hooked up to this system, that you're gonna be okay for a certain amount of time. And also you got the app that you could check on and see how things are running and all that. So it's pretty dang cool. Okay, so I always get tons of questions about what can it run, how long can it run. Let's go over a few of those things right now. Okay, so one of my favorite things about this is that you could pick and choose what you want to put from your breaker box in your whole house to this system to run. You can actually run majority of your house inside the breaker if you choose to, or a few things like we are. But with this also, this is not just to hook up with the transfer switch. This is also portable. It comes, you guys can see, has wheels on both sides, has a carrying handle back here. Well, you can't really see it. Let's pull it back. Right in there, I have an extra battery pack on it right now, but you can pull that up like a suitcase and pull that around with ease. So say you don't have the smart system, you just want to pull this over by your refrigerator, no problem. You just come over here, you can turn it on right there. In the Anker Solex F3800 comes with 6 120 volt, like just your regular household plug-ins, and it has a true 120 volt here and here. That way, if you guys do need to run those big appliances like your dryer or a well pump, anything that takes a lot of power for 220, you're able to do it with the Anker Solex. And then you can come around to the front and you can see it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 USB ports. You can charge your laptop here, your phones, whatever you charge with USB, you're able to do that with this device. But let's simulate a usage on this and see just how long I can run it with this setup. Okay, so we're just gonna plug in the little heater I got, turn it on. Okay, I got the heater going, and it will actually run this little heater. And I say little, it's pulling a massive amount of electricity, 1520 output, but it will run it for 4.5 hours, which is pretty impressive for that amount of output. So you can see it basically goes off what output you guys are putting in this. If I was just running my lights, I could run them for literally days on this. But if you're running, because the lights are going to be like 20, 30, 40, 50 watts being pulled out. So you can just imagine how long it's actually going to run, just those lights and maybe a ceiling fan or whatever. All right, I'll leave that running for a minute while I actually show you guys the app itself. You can see it's showing 99%. The battery internal is 71 degrees. So the app literally shows you everything that you need to know about it. It's pulling 1486 watts. You can click, I can actually turn that off. Watch this, I can turn it off from the app itself. And that, see, it just went off. I can turn it back on. Maybe, there you go, turn it back on. It shows you what devices and all that. The screen, I can turn the screen on and off. It's a pretty cool app. Click my batteries. So it's showing both batteries and their level. Pretty handy. And if I want to turn off the battery expansion pack, I can turn it off. And then this will stay charged, obviously, and we'll just run off the main power bank itself. So another great feature about the Anker Solix F3800 Plus, that it actually has an output of 6,000 watts. And if you do a dual, if you double this up, it'll have up to 12,000 watts. That's a lot of wattage that you're going to be able to pull to your house for your whole home backup. So don't forget, you can also get solar panels to charge your Anker. Say you are without power for several days and you need an alternative way to charge it. You can get the solar panels to do this. Now, and we'll go outside in just a minute and I'll show you guys the cool feature they got that's compatible with the gas generator, as far as charging this with a gas generator, which is not a very common feature in these solar generators. So if you guys are like me and you're going to spend the money on prepping, you want something that's going to last. This Anker Solix F3800 Plus is built to last. It will actually cycle up to 3,000 cycles of use. That means going all the way down to 0, back all the way up to 100%. 3,000 times. That is crazy. And you and I both know probably never going to have to use it that much unless there is a blackout, and that's when things start to change, and that's when you're going to be happy that you got one of these systems set up and ready to go. Okay, let's go outside real quick and I'll show you guys setting this up and charging it with a gas powered generator. I had this generator running earlier. Let's see if I can get it going again. But one of the cool things about what Anker has come out with is a smart charging device that you can actually charge your Anker with the generator. And that's a very big deal. I'm going to show you guys that in just a second. But it's a big deal because if the grid does go down, or just for any reason, it could be high wind, snow, wildfire, whatever, you lose power. And say it's a rainy day, it's a rainy 2 days, rainy 3 days, and your solar, if you have solar, won't charge during those times. So what's the next thing you can do is charge it with the gas generator like we got right here. Before, this wasn't possible with Anker and a lot of other brands that I have used. But Anker has come out with this cool new charging device. Hooks directly up to your gas generator, right to the Anker itself. Let me show you that. Let me get this started, then we'll hook it up and I'll pull the app out and we'll watch it charge. Hopefully it works. We'll see. All right, like I said, I had this running earlier. There we go. Okay, so here is the smart Anker Solix generator adapter. This plugs directly into your Anker, and then this hooks up to the 220 outlet on your generator. So let's do that. Okay, just click it in there. There we go, we got input. 91% right now, and you'll hear the generator rev up as this charged. So one thing I know I played around with the other day was the input. You can actually control. So what's cool about this, and I'll show you guys up on screen on the app, you can actually control how much wattage comes from your generator, your gas generator, to the Anker, which that's important because you can actually be running stuff off your, running your house off the gas generator and charge this at the exact same time. So with that being said, if you have just full-blown 3,200 watts charging this, but yet you need to run a well pump or something else, your gas generator may not be able to handle it. Or if you have a small generator that can't take the amount of input because it's too much, then you can lower the input. That way your smaller gas generator can actually run this too. It's pretty cool. So I got it set up, I think, on 2,000 watts, and I'll mess around with it. And so it's at 1783. I'm gonna get my app, I'm gonna mess around with it, and I'll show you guys bumping it up real quick. So thankfully I have an inverter gas generator that allows us to be able to talk a little bit better. So I'm pulling up the Solix F3800 Plus I got out here right now. And let's see if I could figure out how I did this. All right, there, I'm gonna click on the generator input, and I'll put this up on screen, generator input. I'm gonna click it, and I'm actually gonna bump it up. Right now, you can do a running wattage of 3,600 watts max, and I'm gonna bump, I got on 1,800 right now. So I'm gonna bump it up, and you can probably hear it, my generator, gas generator go up too. I'm gonna go ahead and just bump it up to 3,600 and see what it does. Okay, let me do this. It says achieve higher outputs with expansion batteries. Let's just bump it up to 3,000. See if it'll let me do that. Save. That should rev up. You can hear it revving up. That means it's sucking more juice in. That's pretty cool. And I'll show you guys will see it up on screen too. So it's 240 watts coming in right at 3,000 watts. It's pretty amazing that you're able to control that with the app and this new cable system. They got this new charging adapter. That's pretty wild. So let me turn the camera around and show you guys how long it's gonna take to charge it now. It actually says right here on the screen, full charge in 1 hour and 6 minutes. Let's see how high I can go though. Let's go 3,300 I think is as much as I can go without the expansion battery. And it went from 1 hour and 6 minutes to full charge. Let's see here, it should change. Maybe not. It went to 1 hour. So I saved 6 minutes there. That's pretty cool. I'm excited about this. I love showing you guys different options for y'all. I love it. Let's go back inside and let's discuss a few other things on this. So I've done several tests over the last year with this, and let me put that up on screen for you guys of actually demonstrating a power outage and then the turnover time with the lights and microwave and all that. Okay, so let's put this to the test. Let's simulate a power outage. So right now I have the microwave and I have the living room lights on, right? I'm gonna flip the main breaker. Okay, as you guys can see, I have it set up to run my living room lights and big giant ceiling fan. I also got it set up so we can run our microwave during an outage. So first, like I showed you, you close the main load center, the main breaker, and then you enjoy the seamless transition to backup power within 30 milliseconds with the Anker Solix F3800 and the home power panel. Now you guys know we have most of our house are high energy efficient things. We have them running on propane as far as dryer and our water heater and our oven. So the microwave is literally probably the biggest wattage puller in the house minus the main central heat and air. But this could run that also. Let me tell you about the Anker Solix F3800 app that it comes with. You guys are going to want to use. You have to use this because you're going to be able to set it up where you can actually charge this during the low peak time. So the power, when you're charging it from your house, it's actually cheaper on you to charge this, and you can set it up where this will actually run your house during the high peak times where electricity is more expensive to buy. That's pretty awesome that they have the technology nowadays. All right, so Anker has asked me to give you guys some pros and cons. You guys seen me test this and use this several times over the last year. So a couple things that I wish were a little bit different, and some of the things I like most about it are these. All right, so I guess the one thing I would personally change is if I was able to, I would just have one of the system where these two, which is the breaker box and the smart transfer switch, were combined into one, where you just had one thing that you had to put up on your wall. This is a do-it-yourself project if you have any knowledge about electricity or anything like that. But if you don't feel comfortable, you can hire a licensed electrician to do this, and he would have no problem. So I definitely have more pros and cons. You guys, obviously, I like the output. I like the 6,000 watt output on it. I like the multiple ways to plug things in. There's 6 120 outlets on there, the true 240 outlets, and the fact that you can roll this around if necessary and hook it up to things in your living room, your kitchen, wherever. So I definitely like that feature about it a lot. So like I said, if you guys are interested in this setup right here at all, there will be links for you guys. You can click those. And also, so Anker's got a pretty good deal for you guys. You get a free 400 watt solar panel and F3800 plus cover, which this is the F3800, with your order of one of these, the F3800 plus, and orders over $4,000, you get an extra 5% off discount. So I hope you guys found this interesting and helpful. Now let's get back over and talk about the egg shortage and the blackout that people are saying is coming for 2025. This will help you get prepared for those blackouts for sure. Okay, we're gonna jump right into the blackout of 2025. This is just a couple clips I found real quick. I've seen a lot more across the internet. You guys can do your own research on this. This is probably just people's opinion, obviously. It's hard to predict if there's going to be a major blackout, but one thing we can do is prepare like we just talked about. But let's watch a few of these videos real quick and kind of go from there, and then we're going to jump into the egg crisis. So let's watch some of these.
2024, the U.S. power grid faced 346 major disruptions. That's nearly one blackout every day. Right now, you're probably watching this on a charged device in a well-lit room. Experts are warning that 2025 could bring the most severe grid challenges we've ever seen. Last month, a single cyber attack shut down power for over 40,000 homes for 3 days. And that was just a warning sign. With aging infrastructure and increasing cyber threats, the Department of Energy predicts a 70% higher risk of extended blackouts in 2025. But here's the thing. Most people aren't ready. Not even close.
On Friday, May 10th, 2024, skies across the United States exploded in a spectacular display of colors not seen in years as massive solar flares hit Earth, causing extreme geomagnetic activity.
That's one thing I've been seeing a lot of, and they've been talking about this for years, is the potential of solar flares knocking out the system. So then that makes you think when they start pushing this, oh, so there's going to be a major solar flare. Is that true? Or is that just a cover up to what's going to happen? And you guys can interpret that any way you want. I've got my own thoughts about just the grid going down, like a man-made scenario where they want to take the grid down for certain reasons. But this makes then seeing the solar flare things makes you think, is it a cover-up, or is it? I know solar flares are real. I think they're real anyways. I've seen a lot of videos on them and stuff. I guess I can't say I know they're real, but whatever. They've been documented well over history, and so I think they're real. But I think they happen every day. They just don't affect us every day, you might say. But that's always something that's always stuck out in my mind is when they start talking heavy about things, get ready. You better get prepared. You better be ready for what could come. And yeah, that's crazy. So let's watch this last little video.
The world will go dark for 3 days in 2025.
So I think a lot of these videos, I hope I don't group this into that, but a lot of these videos are kind of scare tactic videos, maybe like this last one. But because some people, how are you going to predict that? But I think a lot of people make videos just for a scare tactic. But if you guys know me, that's really not my intentions. It's for a scare tactic. It's more for, I just want you guys, I want my family, my friends, my circle of people, just be prepared. There's nothing wrong with being prepared for certain scenarios. Mainly here in Oklahoma, we're not preparing for a 3-year blackout. How would a normal person ever prepare for that? We're preparing for, a 3-day outage, a week or 2-week outage. That's more realistic, and I think that's more realistic for you guys too. If we go down to a grid down scenario where 2-3 years, we're all in trouble. And I pray that never happens. But I always like to push, like we're talking about the Anker. These are more for, this Anker is actually a long-term solution, I think. But that's not really what we're preparing for. We're preparing for those short-term scenarios, and I think that's more realistic for you guys also. But yeah, I don't know. So the whole blackout thing, I've been hearing this for years. So my personal opinion is, we'll see if it happens. It's one of them deals. Like I said, like I think I'm saying a little bit, nothing surprises me anymore. But this one, I just hope never does happen because we'd all be in trouble. But you can take steps to prepare yourself for about any scenario, and I think this is one that you guys could be ready for with the Anker for sure. But yeah, what's your opinion on the prediction of 2025 blackout? Like I said, there's always something. Every year there's always something, right? This is going to happen. That's going to happen. Get ready. I don't know. But me and my family like to be prepared as much as possible. So, all right, let's jump over into the egg situation here. Okay, I'm going to try to do a split screen for you guys where we can watch some of these videos I found online and kind of just go over them. So I'm going to play them and then give you my thoughts on what's going on with the egg prices and the bird flu and all that.
Left at Walmart, the shelves are bare, but you can get happy eggs for $19.
So I've actually seen this at Walmart myself, of those eggs being off the shelves. But one thing I have noticed is that there's always seems to be eggs daily. There's always some sort of eggs at Walmart daily, even though the prices are extremely high compared to what they were. And one of these guys, I'll show you here in a minute, kind of explains things which got me thinking a little bit about, it kind of doesn't make sense, but maybe it does make sense. Let's listen to what he has to say in just a minute. But right here is a video of at Costco's, I guess, and it makes me wonder. Let's just watch this real quick. First of all, why does anyone need that many eggs? He might be running a restaurant. I don't know, but he's got literally looks like 500 eggs in that cart. Yeah, so that's wild. And that's probably why they're putting limits on people being able to get a certain amount of eggs, because of stuff like that. Literally has maybe 400 or 500 eggs in that cart. That's wild.
If you're thinking about stocking up on eggs, you might be out of luck. There are a pair of popular stores now putting a limit on how many eggs you can buy at one time. Costco and Trader Joe's are implementing new policies due to a nationwide egg shortage caused by bird flu.
Well, there you go. That's why they're doing it. But listen to what this guy has to say about eggs. He's obviously in the egg industry, and he explains that there's two types of eggs. Let him explain it, then I'll talk a little bit about it.
There's a difference between eggs and eggs. We are a premium egg. Pete and Jerry's and Nellie's are premium eggs. Our price actually to the retailer hasn't changed since. So
this is the part that is odd to me, that there's eggs and eggs. And listen to this. This is nuts.
Last year. What's really making the news is the price of commodity eggs, what we call conventional or well eggs, that are either caged or cage-free. Their price is driven much more by supply and demand. Our price is driven more by just an agreed-to price to the retailer that doesn't move around based on supply and demand. And those are the birds that have really been, unfortunately, affected by avian influenza.
We sell So that's what I was talking about earlier in the video at the beginning. Only certain birds are affected by the bird flu. Not all birds, just certain ones. And the ones he just said are the ones that us, the consumers, that are buying them from the store are directly affected, but not the ones that they're selling to manufacturer. I don't know. Like, is that the ones that are sold to other companies that are using eggs in their products? You guys, leave me some comments down below. Let me know how you interpret that, because he's telling us there's two different types of eggs, obviously, is what he's saying. And there's a type that we all buy if you don't have your own chickens, and the ones that they're selling at a fair market price, or at a price that's agreed on before. But the ones that we all buy are the ones that are being affected by the bird flu. And it's wild to me. This almost, to me, so I don't know if this is man-made, because I've seen reports that the last administration had ordered like 100 million chickens to be dispatched, because one or two or 100, I don't know, some that were exposed, potential exposure, and this is what's helped causing that egg increase. So one side of me wants to believe that, yeah, this is a real thing, and it's not manufactured by the government or whoever's in charge of all this. And the other side of me thinking, well, nothing surprises me anymore, type of deal. So I want y'all's opinion. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Why this is being pushed? Why are the egg prices so high? It could be price gouging. I don't know. Are they taking advantage of the consumer? And that's one thing I've always thought was, if we didn't know there was an egg shortage, if it wasn't all over the news, and all of a sudden the price of eggs didn't skyrocket, we would never know. So it almost makes me think that they do this to put a panic into the people to go buy them, and then that just increases. It's just like a never-ending cycle. It's crazy to start thinking about this and getting your head wrapped around it. But I want some of y'all's comments down below. Let's have a conversation down there about the eggs. Okay, so I hope you guys found this somewhat informative and helpful in a way that maybe it would bring awareness to you guys. It will bring you awareness to that there possibly could be a big blackout in 2025. And it brings you awareness of the Anker Solix F38 Plus, that you guys could get prepared with that. And also this could open up a discussion about all these things, and about the egg shortage and about the bird flu and about what's really going on. I want to know what y'all's opinion are on this, and let's have a discussion down in the comment section. Like a little recap, I think there's always a scare tactic when it comes to these grid down scenarios. Do I think it's going to happen? Possibly could, for sure. At least short term. I don't know about 2 or 3 year outages like they say. I hope that and pray that never happens. We can handle a couple week outage for sure. All of us, I think, can. But years, we're in deep trouble. And as far as egg prices go, I'm leaning more towards, I don't think it's necessarily the bird flu. I'm beginning to think that it's more of a man-made pandemic when it comes to chicken flu, the bird flu. I'll start calling it the chicken flu because have you guys know anyone that has birds that have just fell over, or seen birds that just fell over for no reason? Or have you guys just seen it's really only affecting the egg-laying chickens? That's what I'm seeing. So if you guys can enlighten me and point me in a different direction, please do. Let's get down in the comment section, have a good conversation down there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And like I said earlier, don't forget, if you guys are interested in the Anker Solex F3800 Plus at all, I'll leave links down in the description box and a pinned comment. Make it easy on you guys and get in on the little giveaway they're doing. And you guys won't be disappointed that you were prepared for a grid down scenario for sure. All right. Love you guys. Catch you on next video. Thanks for watching.